if you could begin to define a perfect father, what might that look like?
It would look like how can I say it? It will be crazy because it would be like a man taking on a role like how a mother would take it on.
Okay.
The mother is there 24/7, not like 2 hours or 2 minutes. No, it's 24/7.
Yeah, that's good.
365 days. So now if the father
Wow.
starts playing that role, maybe we would have better families.
Yeah.
Maybe we have better, communications with our kid and with the loved one, with the lady.
Yeah.
So it's like,
With the child's mother.
yeah. So it's like, to get an ideal man or ideal father,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot.
It's gonna take a lot,
Yeah.
and that's cool, man.
It's gonna take a lot.
I mean, so the question is, are we tough enough to make that happen?
That's a big question because you have some you have some that would take it on, then you have some that's like no, this is something that you have to
Right.
do.
So the reason why we're doubting ourselves is because we're not seeing the benefit.
Right, we don't see the bigger picture, whereas that women already see the bigger picture.
And well, they see it because they refuse to let their child die.
No, not even just that. It's their responsibility.
Or they get it.
They get it like as soon as they got the womb inside of them.
And they have to make this child really get ahead.
Right.
So you're saying the first thing you said is a perfect father is a man that's there 24/7,
Yes.
right? And you mentioned the woman. So then if we say what is he would have a lot of the female traits which are so it's caring, it's love. Are we lacking love?
Right. Concern. Yes.
Do we lack love?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do because we're more into ourselves.
We're selfish.
Yes.
And we're selfish because, we can be, because if we walk away from the child still continues to
grow.
live
Yeah, to live.
because of their
But
mother.
they're living without that man figure. They're living with a hurt that we don't know of.
Right.
And they would never say because it's something that we had to take on when they was little because it's a caring, it's a concern. So if we're caring and we're concerned at that younger age, then when they get older, it's like they'll be more comfortable talking to us. Then you have the how can I say it? Then you have the the kids that they don't respect their fathers because they wasn't in the picture.
Right. Oh,
then
yeah.
you have a better respect for if you was in the picture.
It's got to be earned.
Right, it's got to be earned.
Yeah.
But then if you have, like me, I really didn't care. So it's like, yeah, I respect them, but it's like the respect is like limited.
Right.
It's limited.
And so I think I think that what you're saying is maybe we need a whole generation of men, right? We need this next generation of men to be totally present so that the children that are growing up grew up with that feeling of love from the man, and so that they know what to do next.
Right. There's an understanding.
Yeah. So without having grown up with a father, it's difficult for us to care.
Yeah, or to produce in life, because if you don't have that male in your life, it's like, all right, I'm gonna just go outside and just do whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna get this girl pregnant. I'm gonna get that girl pregnant.
Right.
And then they follow in that same trait, and then it's like.
And there's
a woman pregnant without the father being around.
Right.
Because they didn't get that first stamp as when they was young.
It amazes
to be responsible.
It amazes me how disconnected we can be.
Right.
How disconnected we are as men. Like, we have these children, and okay, well, all right, hold on. Before we go crazy talking about this disconnect, I personal experience.
Okay.
My baby was born, my first child, and I was like, what is this? What is this? I don't know what to do. I was freaking out. I'm like, what do I do now? What do I do now? Like, and they seem so fragile, and I'm like, I didn't have a baby in my stomach for 9 months, and now I have this guy, and I gotta take care of things, and now like, and suddenly you go from like not having done anything, like from 0 to 100, like, in a minute.
Right.
Now you gotta make things happen, and without having this male role model.
Right.
How do you do that, right? And I think that's what's cool about the conversation. On the one hand, you and I get this amazing therapy, right? Which is we get to talk about it.
Right.
On the other hand, we you're sharing your story, and another young man out there going, oh wow, yeah, I kind of feel that way, right?
Right.
And so you said, so the one thing that you said was 24/7. So we have to care, right? But we're not going to be able to care if we don't know what that caring looks like. So we're going to have to make some difficult decisions, which is, okay, I'm going to do it, right?
Right.
I'm going to be 24/7. All right? And you said, what are some of the 24/7 things? Homework?
Yeah, homework, clothing, feeding, concern.
Yeah.
Everything in the
and
book.
There's sports, and there's cleaning, and there's cleaning.
Right, and then there's also teaching your kids hygiene, how to.
Hygiene. Yeah, you don't want your kid to be the stinky kid.
Right, and then you don't want the bad breath and stuff like
right.
that, because then it's like, all right, where you come from?
And the worst
how
part
you was brought up?
The worst part is they're gonna make fun of him in school.
Right, and then they get discouraged.
Yeah, they get right.
And then they get frustrated. Then
Right.
they're getting teased.
Yeah.
Their father's not home. So
Right.
now what's the next thing for the child to do? How's it
Right.
got to get into a fight,
Right.
or it's got to kill, and then it's either going to be dead or locked up.
Right. Right. No, that it's pretty amazing how much work we have to do to be where women already are, naturally, by definition.
And I feel that it's the reason why the women take on a stronger role, or like I'll say a better role, because they carrying that womb, they're carrying that baby for 9 months.
Yeah.
And this is something that within that 9 months they're growing.
Yeah.
The woman is growing.
Yeah, she is. Right.
She's getting more mature.
And we're not.
And
we're becoming
not.
even more immature because
Right.
because she's pregnant. She can't go partying.
And this is why they always have these mood swings.
Well,
So
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They have all this time, the time to prepare, and we don't have that time to prepare.
don't.
And I think maybe that's something that we have to do.
Right.
We have to prepare ourselves, and there should be maybe weekend classes, weekend courses, so that when women they're going through those 9 months, we're going through something similar 9 months, right?
Right. But our 9 months is totally different.
No,
we don't have no
Nothing.
hormones running
none.
crazy like that.
There's no incentive to educate ourselves.
Right.
Why? I mean, we're not doing anything.
Unless we stay 24/7 around a pregnant woman.
That's tough.
I know.
You're asking for a lot. All right, so okay, but anyway, so okay, we're saying it's tough, but it's
Right.
doable. I believe that we can totally do it. We can absolutely do it. I think within a generation or two, we can totally make this happen. So we're saying the guy has to be 24/7, but some other traits. He has to be caring. What sort of caring are we not today that we could be more of?
Well, when I say caring, like be like more caring about your children, your child's feelings.
Oh, right.
Because that's a big part. You need to know how to express your feelings to your child so they can understand how to express back.
Right.
Because if they don't know how to express back, then it's like you was there for nothing.
Right. So you need to be able. You need to, whether you're a quiet guy or maybe you're an angry guy.
Right.
You need to somehow have this compartment, right, where you say, but because I know what a good father is, I'm gonna take a knee. I'm gonna go down to their level.
Right. Right.
And I'm gonna say, in your own tough way, how was your day,
Or not even
Like-
it has to be like if I'm talking, like you see, like how me and you talking.
Yeah.
It's just regular.
And when you do
It's-
that,
You got to know how to talk. You got to know how to deliver. If your deliver is not good, then you're going to get
right.
no answer.
Right, but you might be asking for a lot from a lot of people when you say that, because you're saying, well, you have to do it right. But maybe rather than doing it right, is just doing your own way.
Right.
And just saying, how was your day? Right? Caring.
Yeah, concern.
And the reason you have to do it, and the reason you would want to do it, is because this child then is, as he grows, matures.
He can respect you.
Yeah.
And he would understand. He'd be like, you know what? I love my dad because, when I was down and out, my father, he came around. He was concerned about me. He was,
Right.
He wanted to know how my day was and stuff like that. That's what makes us. That's what makes the young men grow up to become more responsible and to become more respectful and to
Right.
understand what's their role as they get older in the man.
Exactly. Yeah. And I have this great idea. I often when I have a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, and
Okay.
often when they act up, I say, guys, we're a team, right? We're a team.
Right.
So you're not doing your part, but you're asking me to do my part. So you're flipping out, and I'm doing my part, but you're not doing yours. So then what a reason to care might be that you're thinking of your children as these eventually adults that are going to help your community, your immediate
Right.
family,
Mm-hmm.
right? Say maybe financially, or maybe, I don't know, emotionally.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, someone dies in the family, and now you have a well-adjusted son or daughter that can come and say, hey, Dad, it's okay,
Okay.
man.
Right.
I love you. You're gonna be all right, right? So suddenly we have this backup, right?
Right.
So if we were to look at it as a team, if we were to look at, it's going to be a difficult situation. It's going to be difficult helping these, our children, but if we do it in the long run, it benefits us.
Right. Then we'd be like, oh, I did a good job.
Right.
Did a good job. Because if you don't, like I said, if you don't not concerned about your child well-being, or you're concerned about anything else, now you're going through something. Now my child just came to me and said, oh, Dad is going to be all right. And if I never said that to him or
Right,
her
right.
in a younger, they would never know how to, put it back out, to your family members, friends,
Right.
brothers and sisters.
So we have that you got to be a 24/7 father or man present. That's one. Two is, if we were to look at it from rather than short term, long term, if we're involved with these children now, later on they're going to come back and be a part of our immediate community,
Right.
which is going to be very good.
Right.
I mean, you think about, maybe silly, but when you get older, you probably want somebody around to be cool with you, right?
Right. And
Maybe
then
help you.
and at the end of the day, it's each one teach one.
Right.
So it's like, if I teach you this, then you go teach that. So where's that? We don't keep getting the same cycle with
Right.
with absent fathers.
Right, exactly, the cycle thing.
So
All right. Well, Hamani, we're out of time.
okay.
I want to thank you so very much.
Thank
It
you.
was a great conversation.
Thank you.
I know how difficult it is to talk about this stuff, and I will definitely invite you over again. I hope we have this. I look forward to see what happens, in a couple of
Right.
months with you
No problem.
after the conversation. And if you are a young dad, 16 to 24 years of age, and you would like to have a conversation with me on the show, please go ahead and write me an email. And be on the lookout for the next segment. Thank you.